Alright, so it's been a pretty crazy day here. Unpacked all these pallets with all these aquariums in them. These are all 75 gallons you're looking at. I also got a bunch of 5.5 gallons because those are awesome for breeding and raising fry and stuff. But anyway, I'm about to do something I've never done, and that is drill a tank. This is my first time attempting this. A little nervous about it, but this is all about doing new stuff this this project, from the floor to lots of things, lots of firsts for me. So anyway, I figured I would record this so you could take the journey with me. So let's see what happens. Alright, so here is the setup. Basically, it's I rented this glass drill press right here from Gemco. I liked the idea of something nice and steady, that it suctions onto the glass, and I've marked the tank here where I want to drill it. You know, it's got I can't screw up. With a hand drill I could slant it or mess it up, but this will make sure I'm down and straight and good the whole way, which is awesome. This tank is a cracked tank. It was delivered like that, and so I figure I'll try my first one on the broken tank, so that if things don't go well, it's really no loss. I have my hose hooked up here so I can turn that on and keep flushing the area. And I've got a piece of tape under the hole so that when I drill through it, hopefully it doesn't fall down into the bottom of the aquarium here and crack it. In fact, I might grab a piece of styrofoam or wood or something and put it down there too, just so that when that little glass coin falls out, it doesn't hurt anything. So anyway, I'm going to turn on the water, and here we go. Well, that worked. First time. Alright, I'm going to do the non-broken tanks now. See how it goes. Okay, so I've done 5 tanks now. There haven't been any problems, which is great, but now the bit is making like a loud whining sound more than a hissing sound. So and it's taking a little more pressure. So I think it's time to dress the diamond bit. And I'll show you that. This white block here is a dressing stone. It's aluminum oxide basically, and what it does is it strips out pieces of the bit and exposes new diamond. So that's what we're going to do here, is dress this stone. Now there's a piece of glass in here that I have to get out from the last tank I drilled, so I'll do that and then I'll dress it. Alright, so it took me a little bit to figure out how to get that glass core out, but I figured it out. There's a hole in the shaft of this thing, and I took a thin screwdriver and tapped it with the hammer, and it came right out after trying a few other things. But anyway, let's dress this bit. So this is an aluminum oxide dressing stone, and you just drill into this 2 or 3 times, and it exposes new diamond that's embedded throughout this bit. So that should do that. I'll do this every 5 or 6 tanks or so probably. That's how long it took for the for the bit to get a little bit dull the first time, and yeah, I'm going to keep at it. Alright, so we're done. Let's step into the sun here and kind of show you what we did drilling. Ooh, there I am, drilling all these tanks. Ooh, that is some bright sun, so I'm going to be squinty on you. Sorry. But anyway, here's what we did. So, all of these are now drilled. I still have to do all these tanks. This is a bunch of 5.5 gallons, 30 of them, except for this one that broke in transit. Then a bunch of 30-gallon breeders back here. There's 15 of those, I think. 6 20 longs, a 55 and a 33 long, 120 gallon, and I have a 100 gallon too that's not out here. But anyway, so that machine was awesome from Gemco. That thing was great, and did a whole bunch of these. Now they aren't all perfect. You know, they did punch out a little bit on some of them, but all in all, I think they'll work just fine with all the bulkheads that we have. So this is a lot of tanks to drill. Couple things I learned along the way. Let me go grab this. Well, no. It's hard to do this with one hand. Hang on, I got to turn this off and then I'll show you what I learned on the way. Okay, first thing about this machine is, first, it's absolutely awesome. Really, really cool. You do, though, I was getting kind of these burrs. Hang on, let me grab this. Hopefully you can still see that. Camera's resting on my knee. So, okay, sorry about that. I was getting these little burrs on the shaft here, and I finally figured out in these kind of indentations in it, and I think what that must be is if it's not quite tight enough in here, then it kind of spins in there and it scrapes off some until it gets a glob of it, and then it stops and sticks. So I think just tightening this down really, really well is key. You definitely need water. This bit from Gemco is awesome. It drilled all these tanks. I think this thing's 80 bucks, but it was worth it. You see that white buildup on the inside? That's all the glass dust. When you do this, you're not actually cutting glass, you're grinding it, and it creates this really fine, fine dust. And that stuff, you got to clean it out occasionally, or it gobs up. So I kind of use a little scrubby pad and some water to do that. And then, I don't know if you can see them, there's all these little kind of black flecks in here. And then you can also see kind of these bright, shiny diamond bits in there, hopefully. But those get gummed up pretty bad. And so you want to use your dressing stone. And I found, see, if I do 5 or 6 tanks at the beginning, that was a lot. But then later on, after every 2 or 3 tanks, I would need to dress this. So I think if I did it again, after every 3 tanks, I would dress it from the get-go. And that might help it last longer. But anyway, this thing's awesome. When a glass disc gets, a glass plug gets stuck inside, you just kind of stick a screwdriver through the hole, and I tap it with a hammer and it pops right out. So figure that out finally. Don't try to like wedge it out with a screwdriver or something from this end, because this will make it go out of round. You'll chip it and you'll tweak the shape so it's no longer round, and that'd be a big problem. But anyway, these are all done. I'm going to do the 5.5 gallons, the next ones I drill. But before I do that, I'm going to paint all these. So I'm going to go have some lunch, let these dry, and then I'm going to paint them. All right, I'll talk to you later. Okay, so it was a busy day yesterday and today, and the day before, and the day before. It's been a busy few months, but finally we're at a pretty exciting point. We have the tanks all painted, they're drilled, and they're ready to move in. So I take you on a little walk and show you these. So these are all 75 gallons. They're Aquariums. Painted them with Rust-Oleum. There's a video on that. And drilled them with a machine that I rented from Gemco, which made it super easy. I would highly recommend it. I can drill that hole in about 20 seconds or so. Went really quick. And I didn't crack any tanks doing it. This is my first time ever doing it, so that equipment really helped. So this is a walk down my driveway. This is kind of a fish nerd heaven right now. It'll be a little more heaven when they're actually in the fish room. I can stop hauling them around. They're pretty freaking heavy. I'm just one dude, and moving all these around and flipping them and stuff and unpacking them was pretty hard. Although I do have to shout out to my wife. She turned into Wonder Woman and helped me take them off the pallets, because some of them were pretty high and I just couldn't do it by myself. So anyway, I am real close. I put in some lighting. I'm shimming the rest of the tanks so that they're nice and level and supported. I mean racks. So the racks are all supported and can take the weight of the tanks. And then I'm going to start moving these in. So here we go.